for you. I'm Nick Cody.
And this is 20 to 1. Tonight on the all-new 20 to 1, the biggest stars.
Everybody was just gobsmacked.
Countdown the most unforgettable moments in reality telly history.
He's hysterical.
The fairy tale romances.
That was everywhere. It did my head in.
Incredible cooking.
She had one job.
And magic moments in dispute resolution.
I've had enough of all of you!
It was fireworks.
So what will be the biggest reality shocker of all time?
Yes, this is brilliant.
Reality TV is renowned for showcasing ugly fights, appalling tantrums and devastating betrayals.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? At number 20, it's the man who dedicated his life to cricket before dedicating it to making heaps of cash on reality TV.
But he would live to regret it, so what was so scary it brought tears to Warnie's eyes?
His mobile phone bill.
Even scarier.
Monogamy. Keeping his balls under control was nothing compared with what Warnie faced on the 2016 season of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Outta Here.
The show designed to torture ex-sportsmen and the almost famous.
Anything and everything I've ever watched on that show is just horrendously traumatising.
This is what people don't understand. It's all real. I had to bungee jump out of a plane. I ate ostrich anus and goat's testicles, which is worse than prison.
Warnie had been a brave little camper until the arrival of a leggy lass named Brittany.
Britney Spears?
No, this one had hairier legs.
You must play a game of hold the spot.
No, mate. Warnie actually has arachnophobia. Like, it really does push you beyond your limits.
Brittany has got fangs, so she can deliver venom.
People around the world have this view of Australian men as robust, butch, tough and fearless individuals.
It's obviously a very emotional thing.
Shane Warne has done a great job dispelling those myths.
That was a full meltdown. It was like, I'm a celebrity, get me away from the crazy cricket legend.
All Warnie had to do was hold Brittany for one measly minute to earn a scrumptious food reward for the starving celebs.
Oh man, this is my worst nightmare.
Shane?
Yep.
You want to take a seat there?
Yep.
I felt bad for him. I'm like, no, don't do it.
So we're just going to place it onto your hand. You're not going to flick it. You're going to control the shaking.
You could tell that this scared the living daylights out of him.
Shane, you just call it and I'll take it.
Go, mate.
But guess what? Just like when he was out on the cricket pitch, he didn't want to let his team down.
You're going to break a lifetime fear.
But you knew Warnie was in trouble when Brendan Favola is your coach and the rock in the situation.
Guess what? You know we're going to have chocolate and ice cream?
Your social guidance is coming from the Fevolution.
After lasting an impressive 60 seconds with Brittany, the King of Spin got his happy ending.
They were all acting like he had just survived open heart surgery. And then what about when he went into the woods and looked like he was taking a crap?
I'm surprised he didn't try to sleep with the spider, so good outcome for the spider.
It's interesting because in a lot of situations, Shane Warne would be the creepy thing in the corner.
Sitting pretty at number 19, because it had people talking all around the world, an Aussie reality shocker that's the model of how not to host a live TV finale.
Live television can and certainly does go wrong.
Next top model host announced the contest winner on live TV only. She got it wrong.
Sarah Murdoch. Oh, an absolutely brilliant Australian television moment.
The voting has been so close. And Australia's next top model for 2010 is...
The tension is high, the pressure is on. She gets through her earpiece.
It's you, Kelsey.
The fireworks goes off, everybody's crying, and then...
Oh my God, I don't know what to say right now. I'm feeling a bit sick about this.
There's that horrible moment where Sarah Murdoch knows the mistake.
No.
What?
No, this isn't right. No!
I'm so sorry about this. Oh my God.
I can't imagine what that felt like. Those seconds would have felt like
years.
I'm so sorry. It's Amanda. I'm so sorry. It was fed to me wrong.
It was quite fabulous. It's like, yes, this is brilliant.
Not so brilliant for Kelsey, who lost out on $100,000 modelling contract.
I was pretty thrilled when she announced me as the winner, but, you know, once I saw that look on Sarah's face, I just felt so sorry for her.
This is what happens when you have live TV, folks. I'm so sorry.
Sarah Murdoch, bless her, made it all about her. She's like, oh, I can't believe I have to do this. I can't believe this is happening to me. And it's like, it's not happening to you. It's happening to that little girl who's barely drinking age.
It's ridiculous.
It's fine. Don't worry.
This happen?
It's okay. It's an honest mistake.
She had one job. How do you that up?
Oh, poor Sarah. I reckon she'll be all right, though.
Yeah, but dying on stage is not quite as bad as dying for real. And 2016 was a shocker for celebrity deaths like George Michael, Prince...
Princess Leia, Willy Wonka.
But there's one celebrity death that actually turned out to be, well, kind of funny. The most shocking moment in UK Celebrity Big Brother history was not Courtney Act's epic wardrobe malfunction.
Hi, boys.
It was actually an insane mix-up involving David Bowie's ex-wife Angie and another guy who also happened to be called David.
The world is coming to terms tonight with the death of music legend David Bowie. The singer passed away after an 18-month battle with cancer that he and his family had kept a close secret.
After hearing the news about her former husband's death, Angie had to unload her grief on someone.
Unfortunately, she chose loud American housemate Tiffany.
You can't say a word. Nothing. David's dead. No, he's not.
Tiffany thinks that she's talking about yet another housemate, David Guest, who's asleep in his bedroom. So Tiffany breaks down.
You can't do that.
She's like, oh my God, David's dead.
No, you're playing. I know you're joking.
Are you joking? Is she joking? David's dead.
It just happened now. Wow, she's cancer.
If anybody looked dead, it was Angie Bowie. I mean, she looked like they dug her up.
And you gotta please stay calm, please.
She just wanted to tell her quietly.
I can't keep this a secret. Oh, great.
Tiffany.
Come sit down.
Her first reaction wasn't to ask some more questions like, do you mean David died in his room? Are the producers looking after him? Should we call an ambulance?
I'm not able to not say anything.
Sit down.
Her first thought is like, he's dead, I'm gonna run and tell people.
So then all hell broke loose.
She told me that David is dead. David? Yes! She said he just died, and I can't hold this in by myself. No! Oh, you gotta help me. I gotta deal with this now. I f***ed it up.
It was just hubbledy-bubbledy bullshit. Nobody knew what the other one was talking about.
Where's David?
What do you mean he's dead? He's right here.
He's fine.
David Guest, he's asleep in another room having a lovely dream.
Darren comes up, pulls the cover and said, are you dead? And I said, not that I know of.
Chill. No, chill.
Then Daniela is getting ready to fight. She goes and confronts poor old Angie.
What did I do?
You told her that David was dead with cancer.
Yes, he is.
He's in there asleep.
David Bowie, you twat.
Tiffany, you've got the name wrong.
David. It's the wrong David.
It's the wrong David, honey.
What? 2 Davids? I can't believe it. Everybody in the house is just like, oh, it's fine, it's Bowie. Guess he's all right. Well, move on with our day.
One doesn't like to laugh at death, but it was bloody hilarious.
Oh, and then the greatest irony, a few months later, David Guest did die, so the whole thing was just a waste of time.
At number 17, it's the American reality contestant who can't even beat himself in an arm wrestle, Johnny Sahanas.
My nickname is the Greek Mystique, okay? I am original, okay?
Okay. So Johnny's claim to fame was as a contestant on Ton of Cash.
An obscure US cable series where contestants had to drag $1 million from LA to Las Vegas.
I think there was a period there where American television channels were just making anything. All you had to do was literally come up with a title.
A ton of cash!
The show lasted a mammoth 1 season.
But Ton of Cash still makes our countdown thanks to Johnny pulling off the most memorable exit of all time.
I feel that a lot of people that get involved in these programs feel like it is their one opportunity and they need to do something that's memorable.
Nothing hits harder than life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
I'm pretty sure he stole that speech from a Rocky film.
I don't care how tough you are.
Nothing hits harder than life.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
All that matters is when he turned into an ape.
I
can't even do
it. Beating his chest and yelling like a flog
until he knocked all the wind out of himself.
When you look at his teammates, they were so ready for him to leave.
Johnny, you alive or what? Johnny.
Johnny extended his fame by taking his talent to the masses.
I was very gratified to see him taking his show on the road to America's Got Talent.
Look, we've all beaten ourselves within an inch of our lives in front of a camera, but that's for private home stuff.
Coming up, the reality TV shocker that's even more outrageous than this.
I discreetly urinated on him.
But which golden shit moment will be tonight's number one?
Nobody wants that televised.
Welcome back. We're counting down 20 to 1 reality TV shockers.
Do you remember your first kiss?
Yep, it was behind the school library with Amy Williams.
Aww.
Or was it Penny Williams? It's hard to tell with Siamese twins.
You are genuinely weird.
Well, coming in at Sweet 16, a pash that'll turn you off kissing faster than a weeping cold sore. US show Virgin Diaries has all the stuff you love about your favourite TV romances.
There's hugs under trees, there's hand-holding, eye-gazing.
But there's also one very big difference.
I'm 31 and I have never kissed a girl on the lips.
What?
This episode followed virginal lovebirds Ryan and Shayna in the lead-up to their wedding.
We're both still virgins. We're saving our first kiss for our wedding. Oh, nope.
You shouldn't do anything for the first time in front of an audience.
After a lifetime of anticipation,
Oh God, this is really today. Hours away, isn't it?
Ryan and Shayna's big day had finally come.
Being able to kiss is important to a marriage, sex. If you want the sex to happen after the kiss, then you really want the kiss to sort of be okay.
Ryan, you may kiss your bride. Really?
I don't think anyone's ready for what's coming next. Oh my God.
I felt violated.
Nobody wants that televised.
There must have been a moment where she went, oh shit.
They looked like they were doing with their mouths that thing where you try and make your hand make a fart noise.
They looked like they were trying to eat each other.
Let's just watch it again, actually. Can we just watch it again?
This is vile. She was trying to suck his tongue out of his head.
It's so adorable.
Later on tonight, without clothes on, this thing is going to happen again.
Suck my kiss.
The biggest shocker in X Factor New Zealand's 2015 season wasn't the mediocre singing.
Or even me doing the backup dancing.
It was when husband and wife judges Natalia Kills and Willie Moon tore contestant Joe Irvine a new one on live TV.
Reality shows always have villains, but this couple went so far over the line.
I can't stand it. I'm ashamed to be here.
I remember watching it when it first happened and I couldn't understand why she would get so angry with this guy.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
Oh, this is so mean. It's so weird. He didn't even look like her husband.
From the hair to the suit.
Yeah, he's like a white guy with mousy brown hair and a suit.
I can't stand it. I'm ashamed to be here.
And to say that Joe was aspiring to be like Willie Moon, I don't think anybody would want that. Willie's had, I think it was 1 hit in New Zealand. That's nothing to aspire to.
Like a true pro, contestant Joe kept his cool.
Thank you, Natalia. You're beautiful.
And like a true amateur, Willie tried to outdo his missus for meanness.
It's like Norman Bates dressing up in his mother's clothing. It's just a little bit creepy, and I feel like you're going to stitch someone's skin to your face and then kill everybody in the audience.
What is wrong with these two?
I know, totally uncalled for, and it didn't go unnoticed, as this moment from little old NZ made big news worldwide.
They expected this contestant was going to get kicked off. No, they got kicked off, shown the door, and their recording contracts got cancelled.
They're now unemployed after being sacked by the show for that behaviour.
Would you like to apologise to Joe at all for what you said about him? Do you regret the whole incident, guys?
I mean, Natalia kills careers, her own and her husband's. I don't think they are allowed back in New Zealand after that.
At number 14, it's a man who creates shocking moments by consuming the blood, urine and dung of wild animals.
And he doesn't do it just because it tastes great. He's actually a survival expert. But his most shocking moment was the time he got deep inside a camel.
What?
Not like that. Grow up. Men have been inserting themselves into animals in the movies for years.
This may smell bad, kid, but it'll keep you warm.
Leonardo DiCaprio, I think he put himself in a horse. Jim Carrey got inside a rhinoceros.
But in the 2007 series of Man vs. Wild, Bear Grylls did it for real.
He pulls out the insides of the camel, flips the camel over.
Never got my leg over the camel before.
Did the camel consent?
This is going to a dark place.
Then he climbs inside the camel and says, "This is what I do to protect myself from a sandstorm."
Get inside it, pull it over, and I'll be 100% protected from the sand.
Bear mate, what sandstorm?
Airbnb, just hit someone up, they'll let you stay. You don't need to cut open a camel.
I can't believe a grown man can actually fit into a camel.
Imagine if it was an Airbnb. Oh my God, 0 ratings.
I'd never get this one past the wife.
At least Bear's never climbed into one of his celebrity mates.
Well, that we know of. He just takes them into the wild to do disgusting things.
People like Obama's done it, Courtney Cox has done it, and I've done it. It was terrifying, but so challenging.
Is that a jellyfish?
He got bit by a jellyfish.
It got you?
Yeah, papa.
So out of the good of my heart, I discreetly urinated on him.
Hold on, I don't want to pee on myself.
Oh, yeah, it's really discreet, Mel. I mean, you've got 3 different camera angles.
There you go. Don't say I don't do anything for you.
And then he told me it's a myth. Not that it didn't really work.
I'm gonna set this house on.
Sashaying in at number 13 is the reality hit RuPaul's Drag Race.
The search for America's next top drag queen.
Drag Race was so much fun. It was like summer camp, but for drag queens only, which sounds horrible, but it wasn't.
Hello, hello, hello!
I mean, RuPaul is a legend.
He's hysterical. He's very, very fun to be around.
Are you ready to take a walk on the wild side?
As wild as you'll let me be.
I'll let you be real wild.
With a global audience of over 100 million, Drag Race has a list of celebrity guest stars longer than a Mardi Gras parade.
Sharon Osbourne, Khloe Kardashian, Kathy Griffin, and Mel B.
I've done RuPaul's Drag Race 3 times. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I love the drama, I love the glam, I love how over the top everyone is, the dance routines, the outfits, the attitude, everything about it.
Sashay away.
But it was this superstar's surprise appearance in 2017 that sent everyone gaga.
I'm Ronnie, and I'm from New Jersey.
So Lady Gaga's pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman being Lady Gaga. Confusing.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am, honey.
And all the other queens are like, dang, that's a good Gaga.
That's a damn good Lady Gaga impersonator.
Wait a minute.
And then they realise, no, it's not a Lady Gaga impersonator from Las Vegas.
It's Lady Gaga!
Oh, come on. Who wouldn't recognise Lady Gaga?
If she turned up in high vis and turned up as a contestant, I wouldn't know her from a bar of soap. I'd just think it's some crazy woman dressed like a lunatic.
Drag Race has gone from cult hit to mainstream success and transformed RuPaul into a global megastar.
When he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, he asked me to present it to him.
I'm so happy that Ru won the Emmy, very well deserved.
I'd rather have an enema than have an Emmy. But thanks to the Television Academy, I can have both.
Who has the ginger?
Chronic oversharers, the Kardashian Jenners, are at number 12 because they shocked us all by finally undersharing on their reality TV saga, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Unusual for the Kardashians to keep anything private, but, you know, Kylie did.
What wouldn't the Kardashians show? Leaking boobs?
Showed it.
Going to jail?
Showed it.
Adopting a monkey?
Nope, they showed that too. What they did manage to hide, though, was Kylie Jenner's pregnancy to rapper Travis Scott. And fans everywhere played a game of Where's Kylie?
There was so much speculation about it that it kind of made it even bigger because she kept it a secret.
I once hid a secret baby from the world. Well, not from the world, but from my wife.
In February 2018, social media sleuths were proved right when Kylie dropped an Instagram bombshell.
In true Kardashian style, she kept it quiet and then released an 11-minute homage to her pregnancy.
So I'm 34 weeks today. I've only got a month left.
I don't think I could watch 11 minutes. No, that's too long.
In a video that makes 11 minutes feel like 11 hours, Kylie takes selfies, stands in the desert, gives birth off camera, and gets some Kim wisdom.
I need to school you on what your vagina's about to feel like.
Well, I can tell her it's going to be stretched from Calabasas to Norway.
And after more than 70 million of her closest friends were treated to that opus, the only mystery left was what they'd call the bub.
My guess? It starts with a K.
What would have been a bigger shock would have been if she just named her kid something normal, but she called it Botox. Stormy.
Stormy's cute, and I mean, if she does grow up to become a stripper, she won't have to change her name.
Up next is an equally deceptive reality star who ended up becoming the most hated man in all of America.
And there is a long line for that title.
What's up? Johnny Fairplay, the most hated man in the history of reality TV.
Johnny Fairplay is a jerk, and everybody knows it.
And I'm a liar, too. There's no doubt about it. Johnny was the first reality show TV villain.
Johnny Fairplay Dalton started the 2003 season of Survivor with one lofty ambition.
I wanted to be the most hated survivor of all time.
A wish that came true when he won a challenge by killing off his grandma.
Man, this was horrible. This is horrible.
He's the Darth Vader of reality TV.
Well, he didn't actually kill her. During a reward challenge to win time with a loved one, Johnny pulled off a cunning stunt.
They're all sitting there on the benches, the handmade, Gilligan's Island-style bench work. And around the corner comes one of Johnny's mates. Out of nowhere, Johnny says, "How's Grandma?"
Should I do?
I mean, my heart kind of broke for a second. I really believed them.
And so did his fellow castaways who threw the challenge so Johnny could grieve with his best buddy.
I mean, it's the worst day of his life. I've got to let him hear it through.
Got to. We all support that.
He then walked away with his mate along the beach, and they both had a laugh about it.
That was a brilliant performance, sir. My grandmother's sitting home watching Jerry Springer right now.
Oh,
your grandma's gonna hate you. My grandma's gonna love it.
I am the biggest Survivor fan, and even I was shocked off my couch.
A dead brother, cousin, cat, a dead cat. That's okay. Don't kill Grandma!
Well, karma finally caught up with Johnny. The tribe spoke and he came third. But he stole the show with the live finale when he brought along the very much alive Granny Fairplay.
Were you in on this?
No.
Who won that series? Nobody knows. Everybody remembers Johnny Fairplay Dalton and his dead gran.
At number 10, it's the home of the easiest hedge maze ever, Network 10's MasterChef.
I'd love to say I'm a fan of MasterChef because everyone watches it, but I can't cook.
But it's not the food that's earned MasterChef a place on tonight's list. It was a shocker more cooked up than one of the dishes.
That is disgusting.
He's actually said the truth about one of these contestants' lousy food, finally.
I would not take that very well.
And also, it was a waste of a good plate.
And like all good reality TV, we had to wait until after the break for the juicy details.
Yep, chicken, yep, cars, yep.
Yeah, stop.
Whoop.
Yeah, go back.
Sorry. Here we go. Beanie Boy versus Matty Cravatti.
And quite frankly, that is disgusting. Disgustingly good.
The pause. You could have driven a truck through the pause.
Disgusting. Disgustingly good.
Please.
Disgusting, and then several hours go by, good.
Disgusting.
I can't knock Matt for that because I've done a few of those in my time.
Disgustingly good.
I mean, it's perfectly normal. I say it to my wife. I say, you look disgusting. Disgustingly good. She doesn't like it either.
Coming up, the shock that rocked the block.
It was a tough day at the office, let me tell you.
And which superstar will be crowned tonight's number one?
You just couldn't believe it was real.
Our number 9 shocker emerged from America's Deep South via wife swap.
I give you fast food connoisseurs the Hollands.
Yes, ma'am, I'd like 2 Supremes. We're definitely not calorie counters because we can't count that high.
And unofficial head of the family, King Curtis.
They call me King Curtis because I am the king of the house, baby.
I'm not a kid person. If I have even one egg left, I'm just going to make an omelet.
In this episode of Wife Swap, these salad-dodging rednecks were faced with their worst nightmare. Healthy living fitness freak, Joy.
If I'm going to watch a show called Wife Swap, I want some wife swapping action. Joy turns up, it's all kale and worrying about the cheese whip in the fridge. Boring.
Very happy to be throwing this away.
It's bacon.
No, I want my bacon. I gotta tell you something. Bacon is good for me.
She took bacon, and that is the final straw for this kid. It's the final straw for me, really.
She's trying to make a deal, and he's like, I'm sick of making deals with you.
No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal anymore.
Yeah, Curtis really didn't warm to his new mum, and I totally get it. I'm with you, Curtis. You got my support, 100%.
I am leaving, and you can't stop me.
Pack his bags, he left. You're not my mother. You don't know me.
She's gonna try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels.
That commitment to bacon, you can't buy that. That's ingrained, that's inside you, that's part of your DNA.
Never see this face again.
But despite their objections, Joy's visit helped the Holland family turn over a new leaf by eating better.
We really would like to thank Joy for introducing us to fruits, but we took what she done and modified it a little bit.
And even exercising.
I don't want to be skinny. I want to be fat and happy.
That is what people like me fear the world thinks of Americans now.
I hate vegetables.
Classic Yank.
A kid doesn't eat bacon. Needs a decent haircut and a good dose of Ritalin.
At number 8, it's the incident that saw 2 contestants kicked off My Kitchen Rules.
MKR, it's the show with more villains than a James Bond movie.
The only pity is you can't shoot these ones.
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now.
When it comes to MKR villains, Sonia and Hadil seriously take the cake.
Don't you mean bake the cake?
Shut up, Josh!
This was one of the biggest shockers ever. No one gets kicked off of MKR, and these girls got kicked off.
So what dirty deed got them booted from MKR?
Was it sculling Pete's kale and quinoa smoothie?
I think that Sonia and Hadil decided that they were going to be the villains of the show, and in fact, they just ended up being vile.
They don't belong in top 8 because they can't cook.
Oh, I can't do this.
Ciao, you can't handle it now, big girl. You think you're funny?
Were they being total psychos? Yes.
Is the blowfish gasping for air?
She kept going back to the blowfish.
Breathe, blowfish.
I would have liked her to expand her repertoire a little bit more.
Blowfish.
You blowfish!
You stop talking. Why are you talking?
He had to go with the plastic surgery. That was a nice touch.
I've got a really good doctor that could fix your ugly face.
Enough.
Hang on a minute. Who invited this French bloke?
This behaviour is unacceptable.
To me, Manu and Pete should have stepped in much faster.
Sonia and Adil, you're excused.
What? Kicked off for that? You should see Christmas at the Cody's.
Well, it did get people thinking there must be more to this than a little bit of blowfish bashing.
There was a rumor that the girls were actually kicked off for something that happened behind the scenes.
Ah, so there was more to it than that.
Yep, Channel 7 later confirmed that Sonia and Hadil were involved in a behind-the-scenes scuffle with some other contestants. And like their personalities, it wasn't pretty.
I actually kind of love those bitches. I mean, that's why they were hired.
Ahead of 7's MKR tonight is 9's The Block, because this is a perfectly legitimate, independently verified countdown.
Welcome to the block.
And because The Block's given away more cash dollar than any other show on Australian telly.
Over $20 million in prize money.
That's more than I earn in a month.
But in 2011, things didn't quite go according to plan. After spending months converting rundown wrecks into Melbourne masterpieces, the contestants headed to the auctions.
Fitzroy Town Hall, and the hall was packed out.
Everyone was waiting for these record prices. This was during the property boom.
The only thing missing...
37 Cameron Street, who would like to make me a start?
The bids.
The bidding starts, no one's bidding. There's people on the phone, there's shots of people on their phone. You're like, you're not bidding. No one's bidding.
I'm here to help you. Can't do anything unless you bid.
I can't believe it.
3 million people watched as house after house got passed in.
I formally pass the property in.
I will officially pass the property in.
When we're passing the property in.
Fail.
It was a tough day at the office, let me tell you. It was hard.
Just a waste of time, really, isn't it? This has got to be one of the biggest letdowns ever.
It's on the market now.
Only one of the 4 houses sold. Netting just a $15,000 profit.
That was just my boobs this year.
But at least that was better than the other 3 who all failed to sell on the night.
But then I felt for Scotty at the end. Like, what is he going to do?
Well, that's it for the Block 2011. It's been a terrific series of the Block. Some ups and downs tonight, gang. See you later.
Bye.
It's a bit like watching Australian Ninja Warrior and no one actually making it to the end of the course. Can you imagine?
It's time to go. Merlin.
Merlin on Big Brother is a legend.
Hang on, haven't we done Big Brother?
Yeah, but this was the 2004 Aussie season and it was even more chaotic than David's Dead, which is why it's at number 6.
I was obsessed with Big Brother.
Back then, Big Brother was massive.
This seemed like a normal Big Brother eviction, but what happened next left everyone speechless.
Especially Merlin.
He'd planned this stunt from long before he even went on the show.
He made a statement. He got the controversy he wanted.
Because what else do you remember from Big Brother? It was like that and a bum dance.
Merlin used the last of his 15 minutes of fame
and a bit of gaffer tape
to make a political protest.
Live television. Merlin had the tape over his mouth. He had the Free the Refugees sign.
But the E fell off on his sign, so it just read Free TH Refugees. It did get me wondering if Merlin was the only one who dropped an E on national television.
It was a ballsy protest against locking people up against their will.
You mean Big Brother?
No, mandatory detention. And it left host Gretel Colleen the mayor of Awkward Town.
I absolutely love Gretel. She's one of my favourite all-time Australian television hostesses. That's not taking anything away from Kerry Ann.
Everybody sit down and be quiet.
She can see his little legs jiggling away so nervously.
Are you going to speak at all?
Such an awkward moment. Terrible television, but in terms of activism, it was so brilliant.
What we are going to do, we'll probably go to an ad break and then hopefully we will celebrate Merlin's time in the house.
How sad is it? Big Brother got cancelled, but Manus Island on season 55.
And with that controversial political stand, Magic Merlin disappeared from our screens.
What do we have to do to make the next lot disappear?
Well, they did a pretty good job of that themselves.
Now, I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Straight out of hell. I mean, the Harbour City. It's the Real Housewives of Sydney.
People love the Housewives for their tongue-in-cheek humor. There was no tongue and not enough cheek.
I'm leaving because I'm not going to listen to this bitch anymore.
Get down, girl, go ahead, get down.
This local version of the global Housewives franchise was so shocking it wasn't shown anywhere else in the world.
Is it wrong to feel vaguely proud of that?
It was like they had watched every other Housewives in the world and gone, is that what you want? We can do much better than that.
I've had enough of you! Stop it! And I've had enough of you! I've had enough of all of you!
I think what happened with Sydney is they launched into it too quickly.
They cast that series really well because they're all bonkers.
Bonkers doesn't begin to describe the outrageous bullying.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
And if Captain Eyebrows?
Screaming,
Totally agree.
and even fat shaming.
You were a fat little girl when you were little. Isn't that the reality?
I think Sydney's a harsh place. I think there's too much traffic, there's too much Botox and bad suntans. I think it's affected their brains.
But the meanest of the mean girls was black-bobbed, pistol-packing Lisa Oldfield.
That Lisa Oldfield being gratuitously unpleasant.
She's a whore, she's a slut, she's a tart, she's a moral.
Listening to her go off the way that she does makes me feel as though the only voice that she likes the sound of is her own.
We're sitting in a restaurant and you're talking about your designer vagina.
Lisa lost me, I think, when she called her child.
You're not staying down here just standing there like a dickhead.
I thought that was a bit rough.
The cruelest blow of all was dealt by the American network, which refused to air the show.
All they could do was blubber into their bolly.
Promise me you won't finish the bottle.
Not the whole bottle.
Sydney, it's just too over the top for the rest of the world, really. They should have filmed in Adelaide.
Everyone loves a love triangle. Brad, Ange and Jen.
Me, Ronald and the Colonel.
But nothing compares to Dean, Tracy and Davina, because we got to watch it all unfold in front of our eyes on the 2018 season of Married at First Sight.
MAFS, what's that?
Oh my God, that was everywhere. It did my head in.
I wouldn't watch something like Married at First Sight. I just, it's below me to watch a show like that. I mean, Dean and Davina and Tracy, oh my God!
I am all over this love triangle. We've got Dean. He was matched with Tracy.
And Davina was married to someone else, but she wasn't into him. And so she was like, I like that guy.
Dean, he's a babe. He's cute.
And Dean was like, I like her.
Davina's pretty hot, I will say that.
They met up in secret and they agreed that they would both leave their partners.
Oh my God, I want to kiss you so bad.
What? Oh my God.
And then Dean went, oh, no, I've made a terrible mistake.
I had a complete turnaround and just went, what am I doing? I need to be with Tracy.
Oh my God.
Davina was so shocked. We couldn't tell because she has so much Botox.
And then Dean felt bad, went back to Tracy.
Wait, I'm totally lost.
Well, that's a surprise. Here's a quick recap.
Tracy loved Dean. Dean loved Davina. But then Dean wasn't sure about Tracy. But then he was sure about Tracy. But by then, Davina didn't like Dean. It's like high school.
Got it now, Nick?
Yep. No.
Okay, all you need to know is what Tracy did in the finale.
Eventually, she kicked him to the curb. And I think every woman in Australia was cheering her on.
This experiment has shaken me awake and helped me see what I'm worth. And unfortunately, Dean. You don't deserve me.
It's like he has a little stroke. You watch his eyes, he does this. I'm like, this guy's dying.
When he got rejected, all of Australia cheered. Even I did. I don't really watch the show.
After MAFS ended, rumours circulated that Dean and Davina might have rekindled their forbidden romance.
When I left the show, I said, look, if it works for them, if that's what they want to do, all for it. If they were happy, they were happy. Good luck to them. But they're not.
17 down, just 3 to go.
What will be the #1 reality TV moment of all time?
This is the one that will absolutely blow you away every time you watch it.
This is 20-1 reality TV shockers, and we are now into the top 3.
Up next, it's pretty much the most toxic human beings of all time.
Ooh, more Kardashians? I love them.
It's actually the husband and wife cafe owners who are such a nightmare in the kitchen. It was too much even for Gordon Ramsay.
Those dogs. Pieces of making Gordon Ramsay upset, you mother.
Wow, that's disgusting.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay, I mean, love him or hate him, you know where he stands.
Almost like you've got a breaded condom in your mouth.
He doesn't leave any petrol in the tank.
They're moulding you.
He lets people know exactly what he thinks.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares was a cracking show. But its most memorable shocker came in 2014 when Gordon went to Arizona to help a bakery run by couple Amy and Sammy.
The restaurant looked fine, actually, didn't it?
Wow, well, look at that.
And her cakes were reasonable. You might even buy one.
It didn't take Gordon long to realise this joint was a culinary hellhole.
It was kind of unanimous that their food was shit.
You look disappointed.
I am disappointed.
Amy is definitely not good at taking criticism.
I have never had a problem with that hamburger, ever.
And then there was Sam.
Don't worry, I told them to off.
He's got customers coming in the door wanting to spend their hard-earned money in his business, but he abuses the living daylights out of them.
Out, you mother.
You just couldn't believe it was real.
You mother you all think that you can come in here and say these things. Are you kidding me?
They're both psychopaths. 100%.
You could actually see Gordon's frown lines deepening as he threw in the tea towel.
And the right thing for me is to get out of here. Good luck.
It's got to be effing terrible for Gordon to give up on anybody.
Amy and Sammy should have listened to Ramsay, as they were soon out of business.
They what? They went out of business? I never would have guessed.
She was done for tax fraud. He threatened a customer with a knife.
Hey, you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life.
They appear to be in the wrong job.
Piece of coward.
Sammy and Amy, where the company motto is the customer can go themselves.
I'm so ready to start my future with the love of my life.
Who is watching The Bachelor and thinking this is actually going to work out?
Hush your mouth, Ronnie. It was a beautiful fairy tale. 2014, Batchy Blake worked his way through 30 beauties before finding a special connection with Sam Frost.
And in the finale, Blake swapped a rose for a ring so they could live happily ever after.
It was actually the most romantic moment in Australian TV. The music, the sunset, it was perfect.
Will you marry me?
100%.
Then a day later, they split up.
They all lived happily never after, busting up before the finale even aired.
I hope she kept the ring. That's what I do.
But the biggest shock of all was talk that Blake had left Sam for one of the other contestants.
Which he denied.
I just want to take time. I've always had a never say never attitude, but...
Right, so he's definitely one of the other ones, for sure.
For God's sake, no.
Until he announced it quietly on national TV.
He moved on to his number 3 girl, Louise?
There is a real love story here. There's a beautiful love story here.
Blake went from Prince Charming to Love Rat and temporarily became Australia's most hated man. But Sam came out of it all, well, smelling of roses.
Yeah, she went from the Bachelor, then she became the Bachelorette. That's a promotion.
She's had a radio show which went really well.
But now she's a performer on Neighbours.
I think you mean the other one.
That's what I meant. She's a performer on, and now she's gone on to massive soapy success on Home and Away.
I don't even know what Blake's last name is anymore, so I don't feel like he's killing it.
Blake! What a legend!
What? He's a nasty love rat.
No, I reckon he nailed it. After all, he managed to pick not one, but 2 girls. Honey Badger didn't pick any.
That's a good point. Time now for the #1 most shocking moment in reality TV history.
And most shocking of all, it's actually really, really nice.
I know. When this contestant walked out on stage, everyone thought you will never make it in show business.
The story of my life.
Well, a few moments later, they were one of the biggest superstars in the entire world.
Yeah, that's where the similarity ends.
Okay, here it is, the #1 reality TV shocker. We all have a hunger.
Blasting into #1 on tonight's countdown, it's the reality TV moment that made us. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Oh, there, pet. Susan Boyle had us all in tears as she warmed our hearts.
I love Susan Boyle because she is the classic do not judge a book by its cover.
Back in 2009, everyone thought a crazy cat lady had somehow wandered onto the stage of Britain's Got Talent.
I'm trying to be a professional singer.
We cut to the audience, and what are they doing? They are sniggering.
Because, I mean, to be honest, she doesn't look like a rock star. She looks like someone who works at the bakery. Coffee scroll, cream bun.
She looked dowdy. She didn't look like she would have this incredible voice, and then she opened her mouth.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
And the angels were singing.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No. Oops, what have we done here? This girl is amazing.
I was young and unafraid.
Oh my God, I think everybody was just gobsmacked.
As eternal dreams to share.
Yeah, and you can see Simon Cowell. His head looked like a cash register. You can see the cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching in his eyes. Money.
In just over a minute, Susan Boyle transformed from ugly duckling
into a beautiful, singing Scottish swan.
That was stunning.
I think that's the biggest wake-up call ever.
It's 3 S's.
But it is a good lesson. If you do anything in life, you should pretend that you're going to be shit and then be a little bit better. She's a smart cookie.
She's more than just a little bit better. She sold 25 million albums, banked $50 million and toured the world.
How about that hashtag?
Susan Boyle's PR team have created one of the funniest Twitter hashtags in history.
Hashtag Susan Album Party. If read any other way...
Oh, Sue's anal bum party.
Epic fail.
But somehow, that just made the world love her more.
And I think she's probably sitting back, sipping hot tea and laughing, counting cash. Pew, 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 pew.
Sue's anal bum party. Sad I missed an invite to that one.
That was 20-1 reality TV shockers.
Join us next time for another outrageous pop culture countdown.